welcome into the Recap Rush Hour for Tuesday, January 7th. I'm David Kaplan. It's brought to you by our great partners at the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. They are the official truck partner of the Chicago Bears. Well, Ryan Poles met the Chicago media today, a 30-minute news conference. He had a fairly lengthy opening statement, took a number of questions from the Chicago media contingent that was up at Hallis Hall. One of them that I found very interesting, they asked him if his contract had been extended. He refused to answer. How many years do you have left on your contract? He refused to answer. He said, I'll discuss that with each of the candidates. George McCaskey went on to say later, when asked about the structure, if the head coach wants to report right to you, he said, our structure is that the GM has the coach underneath him. He reports to the GM, GM to the president, president to the chairman of the board. What about if a head coach said, I want to report right to the owner? He said, that's never come up. I find that hard to believe if you're bringing in guys like Ben Johnson, Mike Vrabel. We're talking about some big-name guys. Pete Carroll's name reportedly is on their list. He has great interest. So I found those answers rather surprising. I don't know what the status of Poles' contract is. I am efforting to find out what he has left. I don't believe that he got a contract extension. In addition, Poles said the Bears will cast such a wide net with their coaching search that there will be names that, quote, surprise fans, end quote. The Bears will interview Mike Vrabel, who's my top choice, and I think probably the number one or two choice along with Ben Johnson in this year's hiring cycle. That leads us to our Ankin Law question of the day. 312-6 million for the great attorney Howard Ankin, AnkinLaw.com. Is the Bears search list too large? 14 names. And should they be focused on the best possible candidate? I know there's the Rooney Rule. You have to deal with that as well, and you have to interview at least 2 minority candidates in person, not on Zoom, before you can make a hire. But should they be efforting to do that, and then whoever the candidate is, Ben Johnson or whoever, Mike Vrabel, get the deal done? The best response right here is going to get you dinner at Lou Malnati's. Go to LouMalnati's.com for a location near you. Late this afternoon, Raiders fired head coach Antonio Pierce. Vrabel is expected to be one of the top candidates there as well because he played with Raiders minority owner Tom Brady. Dan Campbell said today, Lions running back David Montgomery expected to be ready for the playoffs. Our 4 seasons, heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electric. Stat of the day. Here are the Bears' last 5 coaches since Lovie Smith. Check out these records. You want to talk about bad hiring? Mark Trestman, 13-19. John Fox, 14-34. Matt Nagy, 34-31. Matt Eberflus, 14-32. Thomas Brown, 1-4. Wow. Talk about train wreck process. Vrabel comes in tomorrow. That's my top choice. What about you? Have a great rest of your night. Tonight, Felco Football Recap Live. We'll be at Hooters in Melrose Park. It'll be Tom Waddle, Alex Brown, and me. Come on out, eat some great food, take a picture, get some autographs, and have your questions answered. Appreciate you. Take that.